It is official, Ninja Gaiden is back. Not only Team Ninja has officially announced the release of Ninja Gaiden 4, but brought the beloved Ninja Gaiden community with a brand new amazing remake within the Unreal Engine 5 within Ninja Gaiden 2. There's a lot more than just a re-release of a beloved title. Ninja Gaiden 2 Black has received a massive and an extensive visual revamp on the powerful new Unreal Engine 5 engine. But the question is here, of course, is this the official definitive version of Ninja Gaiden 2? Not quite. Ninja Gaiden 2 Black is a form of a consolidated version of the original Ninja Gaiden 2 and a massive controversial Sigma itself. Hopefully, within this new result of Ninja Gaiden Black, they managed to satisfy the general public within the Ninja Gaiden 2 community itself. But there's a few places that this game embodies the latter more than the former, regardless your position as a gamer, where you stand or fall off.
Such is the fragility of evil. Ryu Hayabusa, you will pay for your sin!
PC players in general need to note that despite the extensive graphical options and overall in 4K support of higher frame rates, it is still a bit clunky and needs to be a little bit more fine-tuned. But while all of this is very notable and fine in mind, the question is of course if it's a game that is fun to play. Absolutely yes. Ninja Gaiden 2 is a fast-paced, challenging, action-oriented hack-and-slash game with an addictive gameplay experience loop with glory, spectacle, and deep combat system with significant skill expression backed with lots and tons of cool-looking variety of weapons you can choose to hack-and-slash your way through the entire universe itself. From the powerful nunchaku to the great swords to even a scythe or a polearm, you have an extensive field of weapons that you can choose to satisfy your brutal experience within Ninja Gaiden itself. Ninja Gaiden by any means is very much a skill game. What I mean with that, if you know the concept of get good, that is what Ninja Gaiden is about. Ninja Gaiden, as any form of game, gives you the option to choose between 3 different skill levels in the beginning of the game itself: a normal, hard, and an extreme version. All 3 versions of the game itself are extremely challenging itself, especially if you're coming to the in-game content of the game itself. Ninja Gaiden, even within the massive pool of weapon variety you have, from gun weapons, from shotguns to bows to pole arms, scythe and greatsword itself, Ninja Gaiden truly emphasizes himself to add controls for the different spells that you have, from key powers, and of course the wall that you can use in your surrounding to really nullify the enemies around you, and of course to manage to get yourself in crowd control. Ninja Gaiden truly try to emphasize yourself, your movability, and really understand the feel that you are playing towards to. We know all means that this game is a mindless hack and slash game, that you don't have any skill issue, because you truly need to understand your surrounding itself, the weapons you are using, of course the weakness that the boss have. And not all bosses have the same form of weaknesses. At certain instances I found that some enemies have just way too much of a health pool, especially an end game aspect of the story itself, where I found that I'm hacking against normal mods itself that I'm always wondering myself, how in Jesus' name you are still alive. Besides also those notable little small things I found was sometimes quite irritating and annoying: the positioning of the enemies itself, the waves after waves after waves of mobs are coming towards your way, the lack of a lot of health and generation of health pool that you received. I found it and that noticeable small details that could have been a little bit challenging and frustrating for gamers who are not truly knowledgeable in these type of games itself. But I truly understand the beauty of this game itself and the concept that it tried to establish, that you need to get good. And this key aspect is truly certified in how you play, how you interact with the games, and of course the overall tendency battle experience you're going to have. With unique bosses and leveling design, you're going for a hell of a journey within Ninja Gaiden 2. Ninja Gaiden 2 is very much meant to be a definitive version of Ninja Gaiden 2 itself, with significant improvements and features for Ninja Gaiden Sigma to please the general public, with the input and approval of Tomonobu Itaki. Ninja Gaiden 2 is a journey of Ryu Hayabusa, the central protagonist within the Ninja Gaiden series, a master assassin and ninja, and he is the descendant of the dragon lineage and the current wielder of the dragon swords. He is the control through the variety of the game itself which you play with. The story of Ninja Gaiden is to start himself with the CIA agent Sonya, who has been kidnapped in Tokyo, and a search for Ryu Hayabusa. Ryu Hayabusa learns about these events and of course wield and hack himself through the entire game itself to be able to save Sonya. Eventually through the games, Ryu Hayabusa learns about Elizabeth and the four greater fiends and the stolen artifacts that have been stolen from the dragon lineage clan itself. So it becomes your mission not only to retrieve the stolen artifacts and to put the world and the fiends back to their place. The game as well surrounds itself to around 3 other unique characters, Rachel, Ayane, and Momoji. Every single 3 of these beautiful ladies, of course, establish themselves with different uniform of playstyles. Rachel is the fiend hunter. You learn and of course meet within the expedition of the Vigor Empire in the first game. Ayane is a Kinoshi from the Tujin clan, an ally of the Hayabusa clan. She's fights with a pair of Kodoshi weapons. Amoji is a current shrine maiden of the Hayabusa clan and Ryu's former apprentice. She has appeared of course in Ninja's dragon sword and uses the Nagatita, a sword itself. There has been significant changes of course the balance and adjustment of Ninja Gaiden compared to the previous titles and entries of the series itself. The combat balance such as damage and enemy replacements as mentioned has been previously adjusted compared to the previous series and entries. Bosses like the giant Buddha statue and Hatensoku and the Statue of Liberty does not appear within these titles. Like I mentioned before, the hero, the titles and difficulty of course are re-entered within the game itself, giving a more forgiving title and an approachable title for every single player out there. Something that came from Ninja Gaiden Sigma and returns itself. Online features within this game itself, online features like ranking and co-op play were included in Ninja Gaiden 2 and Ninja Gaiden Black are not available in this title. Modes like race mode and of course Ninja Gaiden Black 2 Plus is not included at this moment yet, but blood and dismantlement effect in these titles are based on Ninja Gaiden 2. However, these settings can be changed of course in the option menu, however type of settings that you want and gore aspects. Ninja Gaiden 2 is a brutal fun experience within the Ninja Gaiden universe. It is a very fast-paced combat system where knowledge of your environment and ad control uses of your kunais, your trinkets, your weapons, your skills, and your key magic becomes extremely important if it comes to ad control and survival to the game itself. Combining itself with the normal world, parry, and of course countermeasures you have in your arsenal itself, it makes you a very deadly weapon if you're trying to survive hacking your way through this entire universe itself. The health generation pools works in 2 different ways. One, you have a system where you have a health items that you use to regenerate your health. When a chunk of your health is regenerated in red itself, if you receive a standard form of damage, it's going to be halved itself every single time you are in battle. The moments of course you use in the form of a health potion, of course you can regen a portion of your health itself. And of course you have different form of enemies that drops blue orbs on the ground itself that uses themselves to regen your health as well. So it's very important that you manage to have a very strong, a very fast level of ad control into the game itself if you want to survive into Ninja Gaiden itself. This game is truly based on acknowledgement of your environment, uses of your right skills, and of course your right powers to be able to survive in the long run. The majority of my playthrough if it comes to Ninja Gaiden itself was established itself within the PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation 5 Pro. Within the both systems itself, I have personally found no hiccups if it comes to frame rate drop and of course visual deficiency if it comes to 4K resolution of course and the stability overall into the game itself. Ninja Gaiden 2 Black is a very stable game and a very fun game for every single gamer out there which is intrigued to try a new hack and slash game with a brutal experience. And it's definitely a recommendation for me, towards you, for all the fans of the series itself who wants to have a new experience within the new consoles itself and of course within the Unreal Engine 5 power. It's astonishing, beautiful beautiful game with a deep lore, and of course an unforgiving combat system itself that really makes the hardcore gamers much intrigued, and of course lets you scratch your head if it comes to thinking your skill level if it comes to type of games. Besides the beautiful leveling design and unique bosses you will encounter into the game itself, Ninja Gaiden is an extremely fun game like I already mentioned. The one thing that I truly find it obnoxious if it comes to Ninja Gaiden itself was the hitboxes against bosses of enemies who have a flying mechanics around them. Especially bosses who are spanning the flying mechanics over and over again. Additionally, with other AoE or staggering abilities around them, becomes a little bit of an obnoxious system if it comes to how to survive and interact with them. I always found it that bosses that have flying mechanics into the game itself not really fair if it comes to fight, because they have a tendency to leap extremely far and teleport extremely fast from one zone to the other zone, and at certain points I found them extremely obnoxious just to interact with and just really not fun to play with. Overall, besides that little mechanics issue that I found very obnoxious, Ninja Gaiden is definitely a game I recommend to every single gamer out there who's trying to new hack and slash game that is has a brutal experience like I mentioned before, and of course mostly a lot of fun to play. And overall scoring into the game itself, I give it a solid 8 out of 10 if it comes to this beautiful game itself. And as you are waiting for Ninja Gaiden 4, it was coming in release very, very soon. I'm your host, the Ashlord. Thank you very much for listening and for chilling with me, and welcome to Ashlord TV. Let me know in the thoughts and in the comments down below what you think of Ninja Gaiden, if you have tested, of course, or if you saw the full gameplay walkthrough within my channel itself. If it comes to Ninja Gaiden itself, do you enjoy the experience, do you enjoy this review, and let me know in the comments down below what you think of everything, good or bad. I'll see you guys next time. I'm your host, the Ashlord. One love only, man. Peace.